I thought this was just the life that gay people lived. I thought that this was the life that I was supposed to, like, this was like the pathway to success. Like, I don't know why.
I don't remember seeing that on Will and Grace when I was younger. I don't remember them hot railing in the back.
Right. But they probably were.
Millie makes songs, hey, I made this one. Jerry builds bikes and they go real fast. They're mental defectives.
Welcome to the Mental Defectives podcast, a show where we interview interesting individuals with a focus on addiction and mental health. I'm your host, Milligram. That's Millie if you know me, Mr. Graham if you know me. Joined, as always, by the hosier of Harleys, the gearhead with the heart of gold. It's Mr. Jerry with a G.
Glad to be here.
And today...
Hold on. You should hit that like and subscribe button if you dig what we do.
Mental Defectives podcast, wherever you get your social media, because that's where he is. Mental Defectives podcast, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Because today, we have an extremely special guest. He's a sober, award-winning actor, writer, director. He's had Chicken and Biscuits with Carole King. You can catch him at the Contemporary Theater of Ohio or from your couch on Amazon Prime. He's inspired to teach us a thing or two today. Please welcome Allan.
Oh, whoa.
Allan, how's it going?
Well, first, let's talk about that opener first off.
Have at it.
I mean, where did you find that information? You just like Googled?
Oh, I'm big creeping.
Okay.
Big creeping on you.
Good. I love it.
No, you had a illustrious career in film and theater and all kinds of stuff, which we'll certainly get into, and I would definitely want to talk about the Inspire to Teach thing too. But start us off, Allan. Where are you from?
I am from here, Columbus, Ohio. I was born and raised here, but I don't like it here. Is that bad of me to say?
Not the thriving theater scene.
I should preface and say that I never did like it here. I think it's grown on me. I think it's gotten much better than what it was 20 years ago. And it's a growing city. It's just not like, I like New York's, I like Chicago's, I like Miami's. And
there you
go. That's what I'm looking for in a big city, and things to help me.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Allan, when was the first drink?
First drink.
You can recall.
Well, my first drink, really like a sip, was the Heineken from my dad when I was a kid. But my first actual drink of like getting drunk was a Mike's Hard Lemonade at a cast party in high school. That was like the only thing that I could get at like, I think 16 maybe. I was at a cast party and I was like, okay, well, this is like what people do, you know? And so that was the first time I ever tasted alcohol of that nature. And I didn't like it, but I knew that's what I had to do in order to fit in. I knew that's what I had to do, or to be liked and to be a part of the community.
And then was this a rap party? I know theater.
You know, I don't.
Was this a rap party?
So actually, rap parties are for film, but that. I think I still think you are in the right direction and in the right world.
Okay.
So I'll give you
Get
5
ahead of yourself.
points.
All right, we'll take it.
So for theater, that is a cast party. So at the end of usually of a show, there is a cast party where everyone gets together and they party and drink and eat and And it's the end of a show. And everyone's just happy because we did it, guys. We made it through 8 weeks of rehearsal and 4 weeks of shows, probably. Or 2 weekends of shows, whatever.
What was the show?
Of that show, oh my gosh. It was a Black Box Theater Company. What was that show? Oh my gosh. It had to be either... I forgot it. I know it's Neil Simon. And I know it's about a family with different people, eccentric people. It's not Broadway bound, but anyway, I don't remember.
Oh, I asked him too quick.
I don't remember the show.
Okay.
I've done a lot of shows.
Yes,
so
that's fair. That is totally fair.
I try to take them away before, so I can get rid of them, so I can get to the next one.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
Was that first drink, was that like I've arrived, the ease and comfort? Was that just like what do you remember of that?
No, I don't think that's when I arrived at all. No, I think that was just me trying to fit in and trying to go about my life and trying to be a part of. My first real where I arrived was probably in college, to really say that. because that's when I started to lay the foundation of drinking. Because that school was really like a party atmosphere. Like we were in classes from, because I went to an arts conservatory, and we were in classes from 8 a.m. until like 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. at night, depending on your rehearsal schedule. So with that, we were doing that Monday through Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday would be party days. Like we would Friday nights party, Saturday party, Sunday probably rest and still a little bit of partying, but Monday get right back to it. And so that's when I learned about how to drink hard and fast. That's when I started waking up on bathroom floors. That's when everything started to like, oh, this is the life that's what's supposed to happen, you know, because everyone was doing it. It wasn't just me. And all my life I've wanted to fit in. All my life I've wanted to be a part of, because I didn't like myself. I didn't like who I was. First I was gay, and then a black man at that. And so everything was like, for me, coming down on me. And my family, on the other hand, they were very, very like religious. They were very, they wanted me to go to school. They wanted me to get good grades. They wanted me to, there's such high expectations that I think now looking back on it, obviously they should have, but looking back on it, was so much pressure on me to try to stick up for myself and try to advocate for myself, that I just kind of like gave in a sense. But no, so just learning how to drink and how to drug in college was the what should I say? It was more so how do you
Impetus?
say that? Impetus. Thank you. Look at that. Impetus.
Jerry got a $10
I have a vocabulary.
But it was the impetus for me going to New York, and then just like those 10 years of just going hard, because I was away from everybody that I knew no matter what. But in college though, I got a DUI. And so that's what really triggered a lot of things for me, because I would stuff things down a lot. And like, I was such a good kid. I was an angel. I never really did anything wrong, especially when I was here in Columbus. But when I got out of Columbus and went to North Carolina, and then also when I went to New York, oh my gosh, I went crazy. That's when the good kid became like, oh, let's crank this shit up, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so the DUI was a big thing. Even like my school got involved. They didn't like expel me though. They didn't do anything other than to say, hey, do you want to be taken out of your showcase, or do you want to be taken out of your 4th year show? And so a showcase for actors is something that, so we go to New York or in LA and we perform in front of agents.
Oh, nice.
We try to get signed and everything. While the 4th year show is like, you know, you do 3 plays every year anyway. So like, do you want to do a play, or do you want to do like?
Oh, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. That's why I was like, okay, yeah. I'm going to do my showcase.
Right.
And see, we look at that as like no consequence at all.
Exactly.
We're like,
And it
really,
wasn't.
like it's a consequence,
Yeah.
but like at the time we're just like, no, we're
whatever.
good to go.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it wasn't. There were no consequences up to that moment, other than going to court. But the school gave me their lawyer, and so I know.
damn.
But also, I think the
Okay.
school was trying to cover their ass, you know,
Sure.
and then also
Image
trying to
thing.
help me out, of course.
Yeah.
The lawyer cost me like $1,000, and so like,
There you go.
right? And so yes, there were consequences, but they weren't severe enough for me to. I lost my car. My mom said, "I'm not buying a new one," and that's okay, fine, because I was going
to New York. I don't need
I
no
don't need a
car.
car. Exactly. So those consequences weren't really tough. Like I never really had any in high school. I never really had any in college up until that DUI in my 4th year, but I was graduating. And so I didn't need my license, even though they didn't actually take my license away. So anyway, so I get to New York though, and that's when I started to figure out, oh, I can do anything I want now, because I don't have my parents behind my back. I don't have the school system or anything. But you know, the first like few years of New York, I was like being good, because I went to work. I had a great job. I drank still, but not like, it wasn't like ruining my life yet. And so it wasn't until like 5 years later, when I was like doing like overnights. I had a great overnight front desk manager position at an amazing hotel. But that hotel brand that I was at is a party hotel. And so like lots of celebrities came, lots of the managers and everyone were they were doing lines in the back, they were doing lines in the restaurant, and I was like, oh, what's this world? Like, what's this? Like, what is this world? Because I was such a curious kid because I have been such a good kid growing up.
Yeah.
Like I can remember like sitting in my room as a child, and I would watch Queer as Folk. I don't know if you guys ever watched that show, but Queer as Folk was like a gay drama on Showtime, and I was so scared because I would like make sure my mom wasn't watching. And there was this character Brian Kinney who was like the macho man who like had all the guys and everything, and I wanted to be Brian Kinney. He would go out, everyone wanted him, everyone needed him. He had drugs, he had everything you wanted, wrapped up in like a little bow tie. And so I remember praying about that, like praying like, oh, I want my life to be like Brian Kinney's.
Sure.
And so fast forward like 15, 20 years later, and I really think God was like, okay, well, if you want that life, then there you go.
It is.
And so when I got to New York, and that's what started happening for me. Like when I was drinking, I would go out, I would pick up these guys, I would do all these things. And so I thought in my brain that, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. You know, God gave this to me. Like I can drink, I go out, I do all these things, and because of this. And so it wasn't until probably 5 years into New York that I found circuit parties. So circuit parties and the gay lifestyle. I love both of your faces. So circuit parties are like big parties of like just gay men, shirtless, or their sex, drugs, loud music, EDM music, and it's amazing. It's beautiful.
Sure.
And so I went on an Atlantis gay cruise, and that was the start of where I found actual hard drugs. And when I found that, that's when my life changed dramatically.
Sure.
Like even my grandma was dying, but I still went on this cruise. Like she died like right like the day before the cruise was supposed to happen.
Oh, wow.
And so like my dad even called like, hey, your grandma died. Just want to let you know. I was like, oh shoot.
Yeah.
But I have this cruise. I know. And so, like looking back on it, it's a horrible. It was a
right.
But I wasn't thinking about like I should be probably home with my family.
Right.
Yeah.
I was thinking like, oh shoot, I'm about to go with like 5,000 other gay people and have the time of my life.
Shirtless EDM.
Right. Exactly.
You know.
Like it was, but also because it wasn't really about the drugs for me. It was really about the shirtless, the EDM. It was really about being surrounded by all gay people.
Yeah.
And what I
Feeling
wanted.
that sense of belonging.
Sure.
Exactly. A sense of belonging.
Yeah.
And so I went on the cruise. They had the funeral. I came back and I went on the cruise, but I learned so much about, Molly, MDMA, there's all this, oh my God, now I'm forgetting.
Like GHB.
Yeah, exactly. I learned all these different drugs were available, and that's when like my career started in hard drugs, if you want to say that's hard drugs. For me, it is. So I got back and I had this whole new group of friends because of that cruise. And so now I'm going to circuit parties like probably monthly. I'm going out when I don't obviously have to work, but I'm still maintaining my job. I'm still doing it all, trying to do both. I even got a second job, because it's expensive.
It gets expensive fast.
Circuit parties and that whole lifestyle is just so expensive.
You have to pay to get into the party?
Oh yeah, it's like $200.
What?
$150.
Jeez.
Yeah, just to get into the party. Well, because you got to think it's a whole production too. Like they have dancers, they have lights, the DJs.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's like a...
Oh yeah.
This is like the legit deal.
Yeah, I'm
this
picturing
isn't
like warehouse rave.
No, this isn't an
no.
underground
This is a bunch of,
like dungeon.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is
Okay,
a whole
okay.
production.
Okay.
But also you're going to Miami, you're going to Barcelona, you're going to all these different
well,
places because they have
Oh, so it's
all
like an
this-
international
exactly.
style thing.
It's amazing.
Oh, that's sick.
And that life was so attractive to me.
Yeah.
Because like I grew up here in Columbus. And so like to see this lifestyle and to see it like like doctors were there. It was more people who had money, and so it was just so different, and it was so attractive to me. But again, I didn't like myself, so I was like, oh, well, anything that I can grab onto to fulfill myself and to fill that void in myself, then that's what I was going to grab onto, no matter what. So then obviously I'm doing that for a few years, and then I find crystal meth, and that is, which I did not know. There was a situation that happened where they were passing around some type of, I don't know, you smoke out of it, but it's like a hookah almost.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
The Mental Defectives podcast is brought to you by Milligram's new single, a grungy pop-punk emo anthem for the ages. Listen to Milligram's new single on all streaming platforms.
And I thought it was hookah. I was like, oh, let me have some. I really did. Well, and they asked the question, because there's this one person who was like the mother of us all. Like, he would always watch over us. And then he was like, well, if he wants to try it, then let's do it. And so I tried it, and in that moment I was like, oh. I was like, shit.
This is the thing that's been
Okay.
Right? What is this feeling? Like,
Yeah.
Because also, I mean, it's a very sexual drug, and it's a very just the drug for me made me settle. It was like, oh, this is what it's supposed to feel like. This is what I'm supposed to feel like with this person and this person. Like each touch, like with GHB and that drug, and like it was just, that felt like it was heaven to me.
Sure.
And so once I had that, I was like, how can I get more? And I didn't actually have a lot more, because I didn't know how to find it. And so it started very small doses of, so I would snort it first, but that starts to burn, obviously. And then I would smoke it. And then I started to do it intravenously. And once I started to do it intravenously, that's when like my life started like going downhill really fast. My rent wasn't being paid. Now, mind you, I wasn't paying my rent when I wasn't doing this either, and so it wasn't like so. I'm not saying that it was the drugs that made me do it, because my mom had to bail me out many times because I like to spend money, and so learning how to like drink and also pay my bills was a huge thing for me, because how can I still drink and use drugs without overspending, without going negative in my bank account, and having to call my mom every time, because she was my savior. Like my mom saved me every single time that I was in trouble in New York. And
it's New York. You're paying, $8,000 a day to live in a room
it was like
closet.
$3,000.
So it's
But it was, and also I had 2 other roommates too. So like thinking of that as well, like I had 2 other roommates, and I was spending that money.
putting those 2 guys out, because if you don't come up with your third, then what are they supposed to do?
Right.
Yeah.
But luckily they saw it beforehand, and so they moved out anyway. Which they told me later on, like, yeah, we saw what was happening. So anyway, they move out. I'm like just not paying my rent, because I'm starting to do it intravenously. And so now like I can't pay my phone bill. I can't pay my rent. I don't have, like, my electric's probably going to go out soon. I'm getting I went to court already once for not paying my rent. Like, luckily, the first time I didn't pay my rent. I just went to them and be like, let's start a payment plan. The second time I went to court, but my mom saved me. Then there's a third time, and the guy in the court was just like, what's happening? Because clearly, but also I wasn't asking for help, but also I didn't know you could get help with this stuff. I was a very sheltered kid, and so I thought this was just the life that gay people lived. I thought that this was the life that I was supposed to, like, this was like the pathway to success. Like, I don't know.
I don't remember seeing that on Will and Grace when I was younger. I don't remember them hot railing in the back.
But they probably were.
I don't know. Maybe.
But just the amount, like, going out and doing the drugs with celebrities and with people that I saw on TV, people that I wanted to be, was like the confirmation that, oh, this was the pathway.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, I'm in this party doing this drug with this person.
Like we were at the Waldorf Astoria. We were at like all these big name hotels doing this stuff. And I was like, oh, so this is the life. This is what they do. And so I didn't think that, well, maybe it's just like what this person does or this crowd does. I was just thinking of like, this is what I have to do and this is what I must do. But also I enjoyed it. I loved it. I was like, this shit is amazing. But I mean, obviously my life is just going downhill. And my dad had been trying to contact me for ages, but I try to keep pushing it off because, you know, I'm in this deep addiction. And I'm like, oh, you can't see me like this. But he was coming to visit because he was going to some college reunion or something with my stepmother. And so they wanted to meet me, and they wanted to see how I was doing. But I had just gotten suspended from my job because I allowed something happened with the bank system. But I know what happened. No, I don't know. Well, because in overnights you have to count the bank, and so I counted the bank, and the bank was short. But the manager before me took out money, but he didn't put it back in, and so that's falsifying bank records when you tell the accounting team that, oh, the bank is fine, and they came in during the day to check that bank. And it was not fine. It was not fine. And so my mistake, obviously, was doing that and falsifying records. But again, I wasn't in my right mind. I wasn't really making the right decisions. And so with that, I was suspended. But I thought that was a great thing. Because I thought that, oh, this job is what's keeping me down. This job is what's making me not be able to be an actor. Because in the first 5 years in New York, I was acting. I was like doing a lot of things. I was making it work. But then once I started working more overnights and once I started doing more drugs and alcohol, my auditions started to lessen. I wasn't booking anything, and I wasn't doing the work to actually be something. And so, but also at that time, I was relying more on my looks. I was relying more on other things, and I wasn't relying on the talent and the things of that nature. But so I thought like, okay, good. I don't have to work anymore, even though you probably should have income. But also I wasn't paying rent. So like, they weren't doing anything. So
right.
Like, I mean,
so
hey.
why? So why do I need to work? I thought this was a great thing, and so I am celebrating. I went on like a week long. Like I stayed awake for a long time. And that was, oh my gosh, that was like the first time I ever started hallucinating.
Oh, I get the shadow people.
Yeah, shadow people.
You ever played the guy I went to treatment with? They used to call it Window Nintendo, where you just peek out the blinds and you go back. You peek out the blinds, you go back.
Well, I covered the windows. I had to.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I can't keep doing that. Yeah. So anyway, my dad and them, they showed up, and so I went to meet with them at their hotel. Or did we have dinner? I think we had dinner or something. But you know, me trying to put on this great look, like, hey guys, how you doing? They both, my dad and my stepmother, both knew something was wrong. And so, but you know, I played it off. And so my dad tried to visit me the next day at the house, at my apartment. And it was just not a good look because I didn't want him inside the place because first of all I had like a sling and everything. It was a lot.
A sling.
I know it was
a sling. Shelter. Like a
sexual
sex
thing.
swing.
Oh, gotcha.
I caught on to that.
Right?
Come on, man.
So it was just a lot of things that I didn't want my family to find out.
Yeah, sure.
About me.
Yeah.
And so with doing that. But then no, he came in. He looked around. He was very normal. He was like, okay, all right. And then so he leaves.
The tinfoil on the window didn't set off any alarms for him.
I got like blackout curtains. So
there you go.
Fair.
Okay,
exactly.
that's fair.
So because I worked overnights, and so I had that excuse. But no, I wouldn't do that with him. But so anyway, he leaves because he knows something is wrong. And then I don't hear from him for a while. And so that's good for me. I was like, okay, good. I did it.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know? So I dive deeper into drugs. Like I just keep doing it because I don't have to work anymore. So now I can do it 24/7. Soon my dad, my phone gets cut off or something. So my dad sends me a phone from Walmart. I guess what are those phones called where you put credits on?
Yeah, like a burner phone.
Burner phone. And so I try to stop like answering his texts and answering his calls because he's really worried about me. But then he sends me some letter that says, if you don't answer, I'm going to do like a wellness check with you. Ooh. And I didn't know what those were. And so like I had to look them up. I was like, oh, what's a wellness check? Oh, cops come? Yeah. Oh, no. Because, you know, I had drugs. I had things in the house. And so, so I had to call him. And I was like, okay. Because I'm out of money anyway. I'm not paying my rent. I'm about to get evicted anyway. And like this was like in I think January, and I was going to get evicted. I do believe like January 31st or something. And so I call him, and you know you have my stepmother on the phone call. It was like a video call. And I had to really be like honest with him. Like I think I have a problem with drugs. And I need your help. And so that was like on a Wednesday. And then on a Friday, he was there the next Friday with, he said, let's get these 5 boxes and pack up because you're coming back home. And so me and my dad, that relationship was very, for me on my side, I don't think he knew this until after I got into recovery and I like told him that I was so fearful of my dad my whole life because, you know, I was always on my mom's side on everything. Even after the divorce, I was always taking up for my mom. I always saw through my mom's eyes, and I never really gave my dad a chance to like love me. And I realized that after going through the steps, after working through everything, that I never gave my dad a chance to be a father. Because I had already taken my mom's side from the very beginning. And so doing this act of like love, basically, was one of the things that I noticed that was like, oh man, this man really does love me. And so that was just a beautiful thing to notice in my life as I look back on that this man just dropped everything, came to New York, picked me up, and then took me back home.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I came back. They said you can't stay at our house.
He loves you, maybe not too much.
No, he loves me. No, he loves me. But just like, no, just not if you're going to be like a drug addict.
Oh,
right,
absolutely.
right.
Exactly. So I went to Maryhaven. And so that was an interesting thing because I never knew anything about the West Side or the Bottoms or like I never knew that world. I realized how sheltered I was. I realized how uninformed I was, and how good I had it. Like I realized the sacrifices that my family made for us and why I had such high expectations. Why they gave us such high expectations. Because once I got to Maryhaven, I saw so many people who were suffering. And that was so eye-opening to me. Now, I didn't think I had a problem. I was just like, well, because I'm not like them.
Right, of course.
And I'm thinking
I'm not going to the free store on the hilltop.
I don't, like, what are you talking about? I was at the Waldorf Astoria. I was like, at these hotels.
I'm going to circuit parties, dude.
Not to name drop. Were there any Diddy sightings in this time frame? I gotta ask.
There is not. But anyway, sorry, I'm not going to say that.
We'll get it off camera.
But yeah, so I thought I was going to be at Maryhaven for like a day or two. Like,
sure,
I got this.
You poor sweet child.
I know, right?
I
was resetting. I was recharging. I was going to get back to New York, you know?
Yep.
But after 23 days, after 23 days in Maryhaven, it was interesting. But just because everyone from the House of Hope or from the Recovery Center kept coming in and talking about talking about that place. And I was like, I don't want to go to an all-male place. Like, I tried so hard. I know. Because I was still stuck in the mindset of gay. I want to be in a gay center. I want to be somewhere that focused on homosexuals and their needs and what they needed. I wasn't thinking about what actually life was trying to get me to do. I wanted to do it my way. I wanted to do it the way that I wanted to do it. And so after some like battling, because I was really like so upset that first of all, I'm really upset there is not a gay recovery place in Columbus, which is really weird to me. Since it was such a forward city, whatever, forward thinking city.
And was this trip through Maryhaven your first time in any kind of
this
treatment?
is all my.
The Mental Defectives podcast is proudly brought to you by the House of Hope. Since 1959, the House of Hope has provided substance use disorder treatment focused on long-term recovery.
Services include short and long-term residential treatment for men, certified recovery housing, and outpatient programs for men and women, using individual and group counseling, CBT, DBT, adventure therapy, financial literacy, and employment services. House of Hope helps individuals rebuild their lives.
Visit hofhope.org or call today to schedule a consultation.
Now let's get back to the episode.
My first time.
And that conversation you had with your dad, was that your first conversation about like bringing up like drugs and alcohol? That's wild. Okay.
Yeah, that is wild.
Okay.
It is. Well, because remember, I was a good kid. I was the angel. I got great grades. I was always doing everything right. I was like the kid who went to New York. You know?
Yeah.
Did they have suspicions? Like when you had that conversation with your dad and your stepmom, were they like, yeah, we kind of figured this was what was happening, or was it?
Well,
like...
when they saw me, yeah. So they
After
were
they
like,
saw you,
after
they
saw
were
me,
like,
not before,
yeah.
because I didn't really talk to my dad like that. So,
Yeah. And you're so far away, and it's like easy to bullshit over the
And
phone.
so I would like probably call my dad like probably once a month.
Right.
At the time, my mom was the one I would call constantly, but she cut me off. I didn't tell that part.
Oh.
Yes, because after the third rant, she was really upset with me. She was like, Allan, I have given you money. I have given you all these things.
Yeah.
You could have saved all this money. You could have done all these things with the money that I've been giving you, and you haven't learned your lesson. Like, I remember that. And she was, so this is my last time saving you. I will not give you another dime, she would tell me. I didn't believe it, but it was true. it was very true.
Yep.
Right. And she didn't. And so after with that, since I made my mom my God, basically, because she did everything for me. That when she cut me off, that's like when the world like just started like crumbling, along with the intravenous drugs that I was doing. Because I didn't have anything. What was going to save me now? But it's very lucky because that was her sacrifice in order to make me better. Because I definitely believe everyone needs to sacrifice something in order to get what they want, whether positive or negative. And so fast forward back, I'm at Maryhaven. And all the guys from the House of Hope are coming in. I'm like, oh, I don't want to do it. Please don't. I don't want to go to an all male. Because, me thinking that it's like macho men and like, And so I was just very scared because I had never
picturing
been.
a frat house or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like.
Which, I mean, isn't totally off the from what I've heard. But...
Exactly. So, and so I was just like, okay, well, that's the only place that will work, then I will do it. And so that happened. I went to House of Hope. And so, yeah, but it was so different than what I thought. It was a place where like I just met men who were going through the same issues as me. I met beautiful people, beautiful souls, beautiful spirits, but also just a family who took care of me. And also, what people don't realize, I think, nowadays about treatment, I think, because when I work with sponsees and everything, I think that, like, treatment is a beautiful thing. You get 6 months, or whatever, how long your treatment is, to do, like, to not worry about bills, to not worry, I hope, at least, to not worry about what you're wearing, to not worry about the food, because they feed you, they give you everything right there, and you just get to work on yourself. And that was such an eye-opening experience for me because I had never been able to do that. And also, I never wanted to face myself. I never wanted to like look at myself until like I needed to figure out what happened. Because I was like on this mission, like I don't know how I got from this good kid to like crying on like my bathroom floor in New York City, like God save me, you know? And so it was pretty, just pretty amazing. Just from like the Tai Chi, the massages. I was like, what? No, this is not a normal treatment center. I don't know. But, but it was just great to, just to go to experience it all and to wake up and finally be able to be like, okay, man, I got a sponsor. I did so much. I read so many books. I dived into finding out how to love myself again, how to accept myself, and how to just be, you know. I wasn't really coming into anything trying to be sober because I didn't know what that meant because like I'm gay, like we drink. That's what we do. I came in wanting to love myself again. I came in wanting to accept myself and to be, and to just know that I don't need to be a part of anything other than what I am. Like I belong to God. I love God with all my heart. And I really had to understand that in order to be sober. Because I understand now that the drinking and the drugging no longer serves me. And so I don't need that in my life anymore in order to be and step fully into my light. And so once I learned that through working the steps, through working with my sponsor, through going to meetings and doing like the work, really, just doing the work on myself and focusing on myself for the first what would I say? I mean, I'm still working on myself always, but like really going hard with it for the first 3 years of my recovery. Like I went hard. Like I was in meetings every day. I was just helping other people. I was being of service. I was working everything. And so doing all that laid the foundation for me in order to really have a strong faith, a strong recovery program. And then also getting back into acting, getting back into the theater, getting back into the film work.
How was that like in early sobriety, like getting back into like theater and acting? Because like previously you'd only experienced it, you know, through the lens of like active addiction and stuff. So then you're stepping back into this familiar and comfortable space, but maybe now it's not so comfortable without the safety net of drugs and alcohol.
It was not comfortable. It was very scary. My sponsor really was like, but Allan, what if it's the thing that helps you stay sober? And so he would always say that, like, what if? But I was so scared. I was like, no, because like I was scared. Oh, cast parties. What about that? I would be like, what about all the partying that happens behind the scenes? And I think once I was really, truly like, I'm trying to think of a moment when I felt like, okay, I can do this, like without worrying about alcohol. Because I mean, really for me, the obsession was lifted early on. And so, because I knew that it no longer served me. And so my whole thing was just like, I was just scared of the temptation. And when I started acting again, I think in my third year of sobriety, I started acting again. But I was just so nervous. That's it. I mean, I was just like, I don't know if I can go back to that lifestyle and that life. But I did it. I got agents again. I auditioned and I started getting things. And so that was just the confirmation, I think, that the universe was telling me. I was like, okay, this is okay. But I also was in the recovery house. So I was still in that bubble of recovery. I was still able to go back and forth and do things. But then also come back to my safety net. And so I think that helped a lot. That's why I love recovery houses, because I can still work my normal job and then go back to safety.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people I find out when I'm working with other sponsees is that they don't have a safety net to go back to. And that's so hard. It's like, I just don't, I more power to them. I mean, I think recovery houses, I think treatment centers are amazing for your safety and for being there and just being there just to help yourself and then branching out. But yeah, so I was in my recovery house, and so I started acting again. Then COVID happened, I think, which made all the acting go away, which actually was a blessing, just because maybe I wasn't ready yet. But I started saving, and I was like, I want to buy a house. Right from my recovery house, because I was a recovery house manager, and I was like, well, I can take care of my own house, right? Because at first I was always like, I want to be in high rises, I want to be, I want to do like
the penthouse,
right? I did,
dude.
I thought it would always be like just downtown living, you know. But no, I was like, no. So they hired a financial advisor. The House of Hope did. And we started saving, and then luckily I didn't need to save because my mom had put away like a Roth IRA for me, like when I was a kid, and I didn't know that you could use that money for a house.
Yeah.
But I still saved, so which is still a blessing. And so I bought a house right out of that, like a 3-bedroom house, and I had my studio downstairs for acting and auditions and all that jazz. And so I've been there ever since. And so, but then now I have new agents. I'm doing theater in town. I'm directing now. And so
You're directing.
I know.
Amazing.
I'm directing. Because I always want to challenge myself. And so it's something new.
Yeah.
What was the impetus to go from to say like I want to be in front of the camera now? Maybe I want to write and direct some stuff of my own. Like what was the?
I kept criticizing other people's work, and so
Nice.
you know, right?
Yeah,
And
no,
so
that's
I
awesome.
so I was like, well, I got to stop doing that. I have to start doing my own work then, and allowing others to have their voice, allowing others to
Right.
have their thing. I don't need to criticize every person's work. All I need, if I want to direct something and direct it my way, then I should just do it.
Yeah.
And so that was a big thing. I think also that's from the program. I mean, why?
We all want to be the
I don't wanna catch a
director of our
resentment.
own shit.
Yeah.
Right? Like, why catch a resentment anyway? Like, just,
Right. Just do it.
Just do it yourself, man.
Yeah.
And then just accept everyone else's work and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think you prefer between like acting? Because you've done commercials, movies, theater, written, directed. Like what's do you like a little mix of
That's such a hard-
everything?
yeah,
Like,
what's your favorite?
It's such a hard question, and I get asked that a lot. Right now, acting is my favorite. Just because I've been doing it for so long. I've been doing it since I was 9. But directing is just such a different world because you're creating the whole entire world instead
Yeah.
of just the character in the world.
Sure.
That's already created for you. So right now, acting is my favorite, but directing is like really right there, like right behind it. It just gives me a little. Directing gives me just a little different push. It's a little different creativity and fires me up a different way than acting does. But also, I still want those meaty roles for acting. I still want to like do it myself. Like I'll do it myself. So but also I think acting and directing allows me to what is it called when you try? Because I wanted to run away from myself for so long and I didn't want to be me, and so it allows me to.
Oh, that like escapism.
Yeah.
Escape
Yeah,
into
come
like the
somebody
character.
else.
Yeah, it comes
Yeah.
someone else, exactly.
Yeah.
But it allows that little alcoholic mind of mine to be like, okay, it feeds that a little. I feel like it does feed that a little bit to keep
Sure.
it calm and keep it.
Yeah, it keeps it at bay.
Exactly, because I get to be somebody else. I don't have
Yeah.
to be me in those
Right.
moments.
Sure.
And so it's like healing, but also like gratifying. It's just so different now.
Yeah.
But I think acting hits me very differently since I've been in recovery than when I was a kid. Because when I was a kid, I just wanted to spot.
The Minnesota Defectives podcast is brought to you by Ride Sober, an online community for sober bikers.
At RideXSober on social media and RideXSober.com.
Check them out today for apparel like t-shirts, hoodies, hats, riding gloves, and garage banners.
Ride sober, boldly sober.
Boldly sober.
Spotlight. I wanted to be famous. I wanted to be like up there on stage. But now I think it's more so I want to tell stories. I want to heal people. I want to make sure people walk away after meeting me or after seeing a performance different and changed. And that's a different purpose than what it was before.
Sure.
And so it's just changed so much.
What kind of roles do you prefer? maybe some like previous characters you played that you were like, oh, that's the role. Like I want to be like the evil bad guy. I want to be like the love interest. I want to be like the psycho. Like
I would love to play a villain, but I don't get cast as villains. I know because
have too friendly.
I know. It's like,
way
I'm
too
so
friendly.
happy.
Way too friendly.
Yes, I get it all the time because I'm very friendly. I'm
Yeah.
I'm like the gay best friend, or I'm like the best friend, or
Sure.
or I can be the lead, but it's just like it has to be a lead that is good natured or neighborly. You know.
Are you familiar with Bill Hader?
Yes.
So on one of the roasts, he's got a joke where he's like always the context person for the best friend. He's like, you mean you're gonna follow him to the airport? It's like, now fuck off for the rest of the movie.
Right. And that's what. But I like meaty roles. I've done a lot of like men who have their dreams crushed roles. And so I'm really trying to get into my era of like uplifting and like with dreams and aspirations, and like I want people to feel good and not cry after leaving. So that's what I would like. That's what I've been praying for. Like I want those type of roles. But we'll see. I don't know. I will say yes as long as it means something. I have my intention with performing now. It's different with theater because it has to mean something now. I have to be connected to it in a way. Because before I would just say yes to anything, and I can't do that anymore. Yeah, unfortunately.
And then tell us about the Inspire to Teach.
Oh, Inspire to Teach One. It's a nonprofit that my family and I started during COVID. So basically, it's a nonprofit that helps with disenfranchised or kids who need help with education, finance, financial wellness, acting, or the arts. And we help them and we give them scholarships. So we have like a comedy show every year, which is amazing.
Nice.
And like we just did our first in-person one, and it raised so much money, which was actually my mom worked really hard on that one, and we were very proud of her for that. But also we have a drum line.
Nice.
And so we have kids who come to the Howard Community Center, and they learn how to play instruments, and it's actually really great. A drum line that this guy teaches. I think Mr. White is his name. But yeah, and we also have book bag drives. We have a lot of things that help kids and families make sure their kids have education, make sure their kids are going to school, and things of that nature.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Love that.
If people want to donate to that, where should they go?
InspiredToTeach1.org. Right there. You can donate right on that screen. Like I make the website, so that's why I'm like.
There you go. There you go.
I do all the arts and the tech.
We'll definitely put that in there.
I like it.
Yeah.
And then Allan, what upcoming projects that you're involved with can you tell us about?
Well, right
I know
now,
some of the stuff is all like hush hush and
I know,
right? NDAs left and right.
I am doing a film, but I can't. I mean, I'm not gonna. I'll do a film in November, but no, I'm resting right now. I would like because I did 5 shows in a row.
Yeah.
That was a year long of just show after show after show. So right now I would like to rest, but that doesn't mean I will. And so I just shot a commercial on Thursday, nice. And then I shoot something else, the first week of August, I think. No, second week of August, because they're holding my dates. They haven't told me exactly which dates they are, and then the film in December.
Awesome.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And I might be doing something with Opera Columbus, but I have not. I don't know. Ooh. I know opera. It's a new world. I want to challenge myself.
Yeah. Opera would be sweet,
right?
Yeah. When you're doing like for us not involved in the like, how does the theater work? Like you're either writing or directing a play, and then it's running like weekends only for 6 months, or it's like 4 shows a week, or like how is it a combination?
So I mean, it depends on what theater you're at. So if you're at the professional theaters, like the Contemporary or Shorter Stage, they have 2 weeks of rehearsals, and then a week of tech or a weekend of tech, depending on which theater it is, and then you run the show for like 3 weeks or 4 weeks.
Okay.
Depending on that. Now, if you're like at Actors Theater, which is outside, they have like 6 weeks of rehearsals, and then they do like 4 weeks of shows, and that's Thursday through Sundays usually, either at 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. Depending on when the night comes. But yeah, so it's a grueling schedule though, because with that I miss meetings. With that when I'm in rehearsals or doing anything. So that's been an interesting experience trying to juggle like my passion and my love with my recovery.
No doubt.
And so luckily, and I'm very fortunate that I had such a strong like first 3 years that like I have a great sponsor, and then I still sponsor other people. And so like those little meetings and that little quip, and I also still go to church. So I think all that stuff adding in together helps. Now that doesn't mean that you should go to meetings, but
Right.
but it's because I've often thought about this, like why, like because I'm not squirrely and I'm not like, I often think about like what's different about me, because when I often go to meetings, you have to go to meetings, you have to go to meetings,
Right.
you have to do all these
Yeah.
things. But I often think about, what am I doing differently? Maybe it is like meeting with the sponsees. Maybe it is like I'm still like keeping God at the center of everything I do. But I do believe like in the structure of like going to meetings and doing things. I just, I don't know, when I'm in a show, like, no, but then I go back to the meetings right away. So like, it's not like I stop.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's interesting. It's
That is
interesting concept. Recovery is so interesting for different people because it works differently for many people. And yeah.
So this movie filming in November, December coincidentally overlaps, I think, with the filming of Avengers Doomsday. Can you confirm or deny if you were in there, if you were in that film, and if so, who you may or may not be playing possibly?
I cannot confirm or deny.
Oh my God. Okay, fine. Allan, what advice do you have for someone looking to get into acting?
Classes. Please go to classes. Please.
Is this the thing? Sorry to interrupt. Like we all see the stories of like musicians, actors, athletes, whatever. They're, oh, I don't know. I just like fell into the audition room, or like Benny Blanco would be like, I fell asleep on a keyboard and woke up with like 10 Billboard #1s. Like, is that all like bullshit? Like, is it like?
I don't know if it's bullshit, but I definitely believe in the power of school. And the power of classes. Like, I don't think you have to go like conservatory like I did, like for 4 years, because that I was burned out after that. But classes help you hone your skill and help you be better at it. Now you have your natural talent, which is probably what all these people are saying. They have a natural talent. But if you go to classes and if you keep working with a teacher or a coach, you can formulate how to redo things. Because often people get into acting, they're like, oh, I'm just going to go up there and wing it. But there's going to become a time when you go up there and try to wing it and it's not going to work anymore because you haven't did your program.
Right.
You don't have a program anymore.
Right.
And so with this, like, this is all tying again to recovery.
Yeah.
Because now I have a program
right.
in recovery, but now you have a program in acting because I know now how to break down a script. I know now what actions, what objectives to use, what's actually happening in the scene, what's my spine. And so when I can break that all down, I can continue and do it again and again. Now, when I'm just winging, I'm just going up there, I'm just doing whatever, then I start to forget like how I did it. So when the director was like, okay, do that again, it's like, oh, I don't know. Oh my gosh. And so classes, please get a coach, please work out through the script. But yeah, and then just start auditioning, say yes to everything. I would say do theater, do film, do it all. Just because I was so stuck in the theater world and like, but once I like started to branch out, I was like, so many more opportunities started coming, so many more things started opening the door. And so learn, stay teachable. That's like the best thing, I think.
Yeah.
Solid. That's good.
Any advice for somebody who is just getting sober, freshly sober?
Find your tribe. Find in meetings, find a sponsor, get to meetings, find your community. I think the one thing I wish that I did better was had a group of people who I hung out with and ran with. Because I was so locked in with like the 3 years, just like going to meetings, being of service, doing all that. I wasn't really looking for like my friends. You know, I was just like, because I mean, first of all, then I just got busy with like everything else. But I find nowadays that so many people have their running buddies, and so many people have people that they call and hang out with constantly.
Yeah, sure.
And I don't. But like, I'm fine because I love the way that my life turned out anyway. But I wish that I would have focused more on friendships and relationships and recovery. So definitely, if you're fresh in recovery, then please find your tribe, go to meetings, find the community, find the fun. I mean, obviously do the work, do the steps, find a sponsor.
Right. All that stuff.
Like that stuff, yes.
Yeah.
But like the extra stuff like that we don't know about, like that's like underneath all the surface, like have the fun.
Yeah.
Find fun. Like OEPA like is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So like just those type of things like really change the game, I think, for people and young people in recovery.
And I think it like helps build that sense of community of like,
for sure.
Oh, I'm not going to like a meeting. Like I'm gonna go see like my friends.
My
Like,
friends.
That's where
Yeah.
my friends are.
Right.
And like then before you know it, it's like, okay, I'm hanging out for 5 minutes after the meeting. Now it's like, bro, the meeting was over an hour and a half ago, and I'm still standing in this parking lot, like, and it just flew by. Like it's
Or
crazy.
you're going out to dinner, or you're going out to eat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Going to concerts together. Like,
Oh yeah.
so I'm finding now some young
Starting
people.
a podcast together.
Right?
It's a
Right.
terrible idea.
But I'm finding now is some young people don't want to find that tribe. They just want to like get sober and then just go off.
Right.
It's like, but who are you going to call? Who are you going to talk to when like
when it hits the fan.
Yeah,
and
when
then,
it hits the fan. Like I will try to be your sponsor, and I will try to answer the phone every time. But like, you need to find people who you can call and talk to.
100%.
Right.
100%.
Mount Rushmore of actors.
Oh, look at you. Angela Bassett, Denzel Washington. Oh my gosh, Giancarlo Esposito.
The Chicken Man, let's go. Love him.
Meryl Streep. I say that because I do love her. I do. I just think she's very technical.
Okay.
And I love that because I'm a technical actor too. But I feel like you can't like Viola Davis. You can't like say like any of those people without like you can't like say you're Mount Rushmore of actors unless you say those names. But really, Giancarlo Esposito. There's one more I had in my mind, and it just lost me. Oh well, I'll keep it at
Pauly
that.
Shore.
No, definitely no. He's funny. But no.
I mean, I put him right up there with Denzel and Angela Bassett. I don't know about you.
I don't know. Okay.
Before we started filming, we were talking about some films, and you were saying the worst piece of cinematography ever put to film was the little known film that's titled Better Nate Than Ever. Why do you hate that film so much?
I don't think
It's the Mental Defectives podcast. It's Milligram, Jerry with a G. Allan is here. Inspired to change one.org.
Inspired to teach one.
Inspired to teach one. It's in the description. Just click and give them money. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Thank you.
If you or someone you know is struggling with drugs or alcohol, contact the House of Hope today.
At hofhope.org or call for a consultation.